Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well, and today we're going to be talking about the very sad news that broke last night. So if anyone was watching the stream last night, the Common Sense crew was here on the Odin's movie blog channel, and me and Ivan Ortega were having a good time, and then all of a sudden someone in our chat said, guys, Daredevil has been canceled, and all of a sudden the whole mood changed because both me and Ivan both love this series so very much. I think he probably loves it even more than I do because he has a lot more connection, it seems, to the characters than I do, because I am definitely more of a TV film based person, while he definitely has a little bit more appreciation for the comics and the background of the characters, which is something that I don't have. And also, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you hear any random clicking in this video, it's because I just got my replacement unit for my uninterrupted power supply, and it keeps clicking. It keeps switching over from battery to AC, and I don't know why. So as long as my PC is staying up and running, I'm okay, but at the same time I would love for this non-ending clicking just to end. So if you hear that, that's what it is. It's going to distract me because I have ADD, and that's just how things go, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, the whole thing here, though, sorry, I went off on a tangent, is I'm very upset by this. I think that this is a very bad move, and obviously here we do have a little bit of hope because Marvel apparently has now, this is according to Deadline.com, Marvel promises more Daredevil adventures after Netflix cancellation. So it seems like even though it's been canceled on Netflix, they might continue the show in another way. Here's where my concern is, though. For one, it seems like this is coming because Marvel TV, again, this apparently is because of talks breaking down between Netflix and Marvel TV. That's what the reports were saying. They were saying that there's a lot of behind-the-scenes politicking going on. There was a lot of disagreements over things. But in the end, we all know that the Disney streaming service, Disney Plus, is coming out very soon, coming out in 2019. It seems to me very convenient that now, and only now, at the very end of 2018, every single Marvel Netflix show is being canceled one by one. That just seems too convenient to me. So it seems to me, and I'm doubting that they'll ever actually reveal the reasons behind it. I'm doubting that they'll ever actually be open and upfront about what's going on. But it would not surprise me if Disney was starting to play hardball through Marvel TV to try and say, hey, this is what we want, and expecting Netflix to say, well, we can't do that. There's no way that we can support and keep this up, knowing that eventually Netflix would cut ties. So I mean, that might be the conspiracy theorist in me, but it seems to make a lot of sense too, just based on what we've seen from Disney lately, especially when we look to Star Wars and every other property. But that's just what it seems like it's going on. Now, it could very well be that it was just the fact that they were disagreeing, and because it's the same people who's in charge of every show, all the shows soon after started to fail. But it's upsetting because out of all the shows, when Iron Fist was announced to be canceled, I said, okay, that makes sense. It makes sense that Iron Fist would be canceled. When Luke Cage got canceled, though, I thought, okay, whoa. All right, something else is going on here. I mean, obviously, I have my issues with Luke Cage, but at the end of the day, no one can deny that it's a very strong show and that it has a very strong audience. And I can only imagine what that audience is thinking, not only now with Luke Cage being gone, add on top of that Iron Fist, but now the one that I thought was going to last, at least for one more season. I thought the last show that they would have on Netflix would be probably this is definitely the most successful show that they have. I don't care what data they're hiding or anything like that. Based on people I talked to, Daredevil is hands down always been seen as the #1 Netflix Marvel show, has always been seen as the very best. Now, what bothers me most about all of this is that this show has been canceled, and yet you still have 2 more shows out there. Punisher, which we all know is not going to last. Good God, a man who uses guns? Oh, no, never. There's no way that's going to last much longer. It might get its next season just because I think they've already started filming it, so that might just be safe because of that. But Jessica Jones, I don't even think Jessica Jones has started shooting yet. And if that is the case, the only reason why they would hold on to that show, the only reason why Disney would say, hey, you know what, you can finish off Jessica Jones. Let Jessica Jones have one more season. Because you know why? And again, this might be the conspiracy theorist in me, but you know what? It makes sense because it fits the narrative of Disney. They want to have the last show standing be Jessica Jones, which is woke as F, because they can't tell a good story without just being, oh my gosh, I'm a woman. Did y'all know that I'm a woman? Did y'all know? Oh my goodness, the identity politics is just crazy in Season 2, and I can't wait to see just what more they do with Season 3. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to watch Season 3 because after Season 2, I just thought, okay, so this show's not for me. They're making it very clear that they don't care about anyone else except for this very small subset that they're going after, which, guess what, is this very small subset, which is why that show is not going to do well in its last season. Season 2, I think, was the only season people needed to see to say, okay, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm over it. You don't have Kilgrave anymore. You don't have David Tennant. You don't have anything, and no good story arcs, good characters or anything. Oh, okay. All female directors. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I don't need the identity politics. I don't need the preaching to me. I just want a good story. That's all I care about. And that's why Luke Cage was great, because Luke Cage did have that kind of politicization at times, but it also at the same time gave you a good story, good character arcs, everything like that. So you're able to say, okay, I don't like this one part of it, but you know what? At the end of the day, the rest of the series kind of, makes up for it. The rest of the series does a very good job. So that's always just been my mindset. That's always just been my mindset when it comes to shows like Luke Cage. But Jessica Jones just doesn't have that. And yet, it's going to be the last show. Because guess what? The way that's working right now with the schedule is Punisher's coming out early next year. Jessica Jones is going to come out probably fall of 2019. And then that's when they're going to pull the plug. They're going to pull the plug on all of them, because it looks like, again, you don't pull the plug on 3 and then leave 2 standing, especially when you've just pulled your most successful show. Like, we could have speculated so many other things that were going on, but once I found out last night that Daredevil had been pulled, I had no doubt in my mind, okay, Netflix and Marvel are done, that relationship is over, and again, according to this article, it looks like those indeed are going to continue. This was a statement this morning from the home of the Avengers and Spider-Man, used similar language to what the streamer signed off with to indicate the Hell's Kitchen blind protector isn't done yet on the small or even big screen. We look forward to more adventures with the Man Without Fear in the future, the Disney-owned comic giant said Friday. That's a whole like, while the series on Netflix has ended, the 3 existing seasons will remain on the service for years to come, while the Daredevil character will live on in future projects for Marvel, which to me kind of sounds dicey, because if Netflix does indeed own the rights to it for a very long time, which it seems to do, because it's a Netflix original show. Yes, it was done in conjunction with Marvel, but it is a Netflix show. That tells me, or at least seems to indicate, that there's just no way that those episodes that unless Disney offered them a lot of money, I just don't see Netflix. And here's where everything just, the reason why I believe in the conspiracy theories, because I don't think Netflix would ever sell those shows, because I think they realize that those shows are successful, especially Daredevil. I think Daredevil does very well. Even after its release, it continues to do well. It continues to do traffic. If it wasn't, they would be talking about selling, but they're not. So that's one thing. Secondly, Disney would probably pay a lot of money for it, or maybe they wouldn't. But if they don't pay for the rights, then how can they continue the show? Like, that's just what, are they going to have to change something? If they continue it on the Disney streaming service, if they continue it on Hulu, because there's been rumors about that, they own 51 plus percent of Hulu, so maybe they're going to make Hulu where they put all their adult themed shows. Because I don't see them putting a Luke Cage type show on the channel. I don't see them putting even Jessica Jones on the channel. It just seems too adult. And they've made very clear that they canceled Rebels. They're not even Rebels. They canceled Clone Wars. Sorry, they canceled Clone Wars because it was too graphic, because it was becoming too intense. And now they're bringing it back because they realize, oh, it's very successful. So I don't know, guys. What are y'all's thoughts on this? Do you think that Disney is going to bring it back? And also, are there any legal ramifications? Does Netflix own the rights to this iteration of the character? Obviously, we know that Marvel owns the rights to the character himself, but is this portrayal owned by Netflix, since they obviously own the rights to seasons 1 through 3? I don't know. Again, I don't know really the behind-the-scenes stuff when it comes to this, but I really do hope, again, this comes into fruition, because, again, this was a tweet that went up after Deadline exclusively broke the news on Daredevil's demise on Netflix last night from Daredevil, where it says, "Justice never stops, Nelson, Murdoch, and Page." So again, I think that this hopefully means that it's going to continue, because guys, I have fallen in love with these characters. Like, Charlie Cox as Daredevil to me was fantastic. I mentioned this on the stream last night. After I saw the damn movie with Ben Affleck, I thought there's no way this character can ever be redeemed. There's no way that this character could ever possibly come back to the light. And then all of a sudden this show came out and I thought, oh my God, yes, he is back and better than ever. And I was wrong. I was totally wrong about that assessment, because Charlie Cox and everyone else in the cast has just done such a great job at bringing this character to life in such an amazing way. And again, it was the best show. It is the best of the Marvel Netflix shows. And so it hurts me, because I wanted to see more, especially with what season 3 left us with. I just could not wait to see that story continue. There was just so much good stuff there. So many sacrifices that have been made by the various characters of the show too. And it's really sad to see. Obviously, I am also still sad that Luke Cage, even though it wasn't my favorite show, I still enjoyed it. I'm sad Luke Cage isn't coming back. Even Iron Fist, I thought season 2 did a great job at saying, hey, we can make a good show. Had season 2 been season 1, I think people would have said, hey, okay, it's not great, but you know what, it's not bad. And people would have been more excited for the next season. I think because season 1 was as weak as it was, for some people. Again, I personally enjoyed both seasons, but it makes a lot of sense that people wouldn't be as passionate about that. But I know a lot of people who still care about that character and want to see that character continued. But this, to me, is just awful. So I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this. Are you sad that Daredevil is canceled? I'm kind of devastated by it, because I think that Daredevil on Netflix was a perfect fit. I don't see them continuing this character on the Disney streaming service, which makes me ask the question, where is it going to be? And if it is brought back, How is it going to be brought back? Are they going to try and recast? Do they have to legally recast? I don't know. These are all questions that have not been answered, and I'm hoping that they kind of shed some light on it, because to me, if Disney was planning on bringing them back, the day they announced these closures, they would say, don't worry, guys, it's going to be returning on this network. To me, that would be the best move, because then you could say, oh, great, it's going to continue. It's not dead. But now we're kind of left in the state of, oh, we're dead. Now, of course, Disney could be in that situation where they say, oh, let's make them think that they're gone, and then we're going to bring it back. Could happen. Still could happen, but I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And guys, before I end this video, all I have to say is that I don't know, there was no message. There was no message on this package. There was no return address or anything like that, but somebody is getting a huge thank you from me, because somebody, just a very kind and generous stranger, has heard about the fact that because Rebels, you know, everyone knows that I finished Clone Wars, and I loved it. I thought it was great, and I could not wait to dive into Rebels. And actually, I was able to watch the first episode of Rebels on an online site today, and oh my god, dude. Like, people have been saying Season 1's not great. I'm sorry, that first episode, that 44-minute episode, is really good. Like, I thought I was going to hate it. You know, obviously the animation, I think, is a little, is hit or miss. But I'm already in love with the characters. I already think that there's a lot of stuff there. But anyway, I couldn't wait to jump into Rebels. But then I said, oh, well, it used to be on Netflix. Now it's not on Netflix anymore, and there's no real streaming services that offer it. So someone must have heard me, because this is what I got today. I got Season 1 of Rebels on Blu-ray. So they obviously know I'm a Blu-ray fan as well, because I got Season 1 of Rebels on Blu-ray and Season 2 of Rebels on Blu-ray. And I am just like, all I have to say is, to whoever sent these, thank you so much for your generosity. Please let me know who you are so I can thank you properly and give you a shout out, man, because I'm so incredibly grateful. And when I saw this in my, I was like, wait a minute, I haven't, none of the Blu-rays that I've ordered for Black Friday still haven't come in yet. So what is this? And then I open it up and I'm like, wait, I didn't buy this. What in the world? And then when I look at the package, it sure enough had Odin in the name. Like, at first I just saw my first name, but it had Odin in the name. I thought, okay, this is obviously someone who watches my channel, who knows the conundrum that I was in. So to whoever sent me these, guys, thank you so very much. It really does mean a lot to me, and I cannot wait, because I watched the first episode, and all I can say is that I'm so excited to dive even more into it. I love, like, all these characters right here. Like, I like every single one of them. I think every single one of them brings something cool to the table, and I thought I was gonna, like, hate one of them, but actually I don't. And so, yeah, Ezra's cool too. Like, even as a kid character, great. But seriously, thank you so much. And guys, you're just all amazing. I just want to say a huge thank you to all my subscribers, a huge thank you to this entire family, this entire community. You are all just amazing people, and you're fantastic. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and as always, God bless. And seriously, dude, let me know who you are, and thank you. God bless.